Hello friends, welcome to Audiobook Daily. Today we'll talk about The Art of Letting Go by Nick Trenton, published in 2023. A young woman named Sophia walked along a quiet riverside path, her shoulders heavy, eyes tired, and heart full of memories she wished she could forget. She carried invisible burdens, regrets, past relationships, old mistakes, fears, and the constant noise of overthinking. Every night she lay awake replaying the same scenes in her mind. What went wrong? Why wasn't I enough? Why do I hold on to people who already let me go? One day, as she sat on a bench staring at the slow-moving water, an elderly man approached and sat beside her. He looked peaceful, as if life had taught him every lesson gently. "You look like someone carrying stones in your heart," he said softly. Sophia looked at him, surprised. "How did you know?" He smiled. "I used to carry them too, until I learned the art of letting go." He gently placed a book on the bench beside her, The Art of Letting Go by Nick Trenton. "It helped me release years of emotional weight. Maybe it can help you too." Sophia picked it up with trembling hands, unaware that this moment would become the turning point of her life. Nick Trenton's The Art of Letting Go is a calming, healing guide for anyone who struggles with overthinking, emotional pain, past trauma, or fear of release. It teaches how to detach from the thoughts, memories, and patterns that keep us stuck. Here are the major insights. 1. Letting go begins with awareness. You cannot let go of what you don't acknowledge. Trenton teaches that awareness is the first step to emotional freedom. That means noticing your thoughts, recognizing recurring emotional patterns, identifying what triggers stress, sadness, or fear, understanding what you hold on to and why. Awareness brings clarity, and clarity brings choice. 2. Overthinking is a habit, not your identity. Sophia learned from the book that overthinking is not a personality trait. It's a mental loop conditioned by stress, fear, and past experiences. Nick Trenton explains how the brain creates habitual thought spirals. But, just like habits, these loops can be broken. Tools include interrupting thought spirals, grounding yourself in the present, reframing negative thoughts, breathing techniques, mindfulness rituals. Overthinking doesn't stop when life gets easier. It stops when the mind learns new patterns. 3. Release the illusion of control. Much of our suffering comes from trying to control people, outcomes, the past, other people's emotions, how life unfolds. Trenton emphasizes, you cannot control everything. You shouldn't try. You only control your response. Letting go is not giving up. It is surrendering the illusion that you can force life to behave a certain way. 4. Emotional attachment is natural, but you can rewire it. You attach because you care. But attachment becomes painful when it holds you hostage. Nick teaches how to detach with love. Set boundaries. Stop chasing validation. Release relationships that drain your soul. Accept endings without bitterness. Heal from abandonment wounds. Letting go of people is not losing them. It is finding yourself. 5. Letting go requires self-compassion. People hold on to the past because they judge themselves harshly. Nick Trenton reminds us that healing comes from gentleness. Speaking kindly to yourself. Forgiving your past self. Accepting imperfections. Allowing mistakes to become lessons. Giving yourself permission to rest and reset. Self-compassion transforms the process of letting go from painful to powerful. 6. The present moment is the only place freedom exists. Overthinking lives in the past and future. Peace lives only in the present. Trenton teaches grounding techniques, mindful breathing, feeling your senses, daily gratitude lists, observing your thoughts without judgment, naming your emotions, bringing attention back to the now. The mind can only heal where it truly lives, in this moment. 7. Letting go is a process, not an event. You don't let go once. You let go again and again. Every day, you release a little pain. You loosen another emotional knot. You detach from another old story. You breathe a little deeper. You feel a little lighter. Letting go is practice, and practice becomes liberation. 8. Your identity is not your pain. Nick Trenton emphasizes, You are not your trauma. You are not your heartbreak. You are not your mistakes. You are not your anxiety. You are not your past self. Letting go means rewriting your identity. I am healing. I am growing. I am learning. I am becoming. When identity shifts, emotional weight dissolves. Sophia finally lets go. Weeks later, Sophia returned to the riverside, but she felt lighter, clearer, and stronger. She had been practicing awareness, interrupting her overthinking, letting herself feel without drowning, releasing expectations and regrets, forgiving herself, breathing deeper, detaching from old stories that no longer defined her. The elderly man saw her again and asked gently, "How is your heart?" Sophia smiled, a real peaceful smile. "I stopped carrying stones," she said softly. "I stopped trying to rewrite the past. I stopped holding on to people who weren't holding on to me. I finally learned to let go." The old man nodded with warmth. "And how do you feel now?" She looked at the flowing river, calm, steady, free. "I feel like myself again," she whispered. "And for the first time in years, I feel light." The man smiled. "That is the art of letting go, not losing anything but returning to yourself." Sophia closed her eyes, inhaled deeply, and exhaled with peace. She had finally learned the truth. Letting go is not ending, it is beginning. Letting go is not weakness, it is wisdom. Letting go is not losing, it is choosing you. And with each breath, she stepped into a new life. Lighter, softer, freer. Thank you for listening. See you in next Audiobook Daily.